Let's talk about getting a real estate broker's license. Hi, my name is Seth Chauncey and I'm the director of HPW Real Estate School in North Carolina. There are a lot of people that are always very interested in getting started in real estate, but they don't even know where to begin. Let's just talk about the basic process. Please understand that every single state has their own jurisdiction when it comes to licensing. So it's going to be very dependent on your state. Now, there are lists that exist, like this one here, that was put together by REEA, the Real Estate Educators Association, which contains the name of the licensing authority no matter which state you're looking at. You can find that in the comments section below if you'd like to take a look at it. You can also just easily do a Google search for whatever state you're located in to try to figure out where you need to go. Once you figure out the licensing authority in your state, all you have to do is do a quick little search on their website and you can find answers to your basic questions like, how do I get a license, what kind of education is required, etc. So for instance, I'm located in North Carolina, and North Carolina requires a minimum 75-hour pre-licensing course. There are lots of approved schools, mine included, teaching this pre-licensing course, which I've linked in the comments below. Once you take the 75-hour course and pass it successfully, you do have to complete a state licensing exam. Be aware the test is tricky. I've had a lot of students come through thinking that it was going to be a walk in the park. How hard could it be? And then they're met with a lot of surprise that it's way more difficult than they thought it was going to be. But we've got you. We can help you out. Now, after you pass the exam and you finish your application, you also have to meet what we call the requisite character in North Carolina. It involves a background check. The background check is outlined in the RELINK book, which stands for Real Estate Licensing in North Carolina, and I've linked that below as well. Now, in some states, after you get your license, you're done. North Carolina is what we call a broker-only state. So instead of coming in as a salesperson, like you will in some states, you come in as a broker, albeit a provisional broker. And you need supervision from what we call a broker in charge in North Carolina in order to actually practice real estate, for a limited time anyway. In order to move from this provisional broker to a full broker, you do have to take what we call post-licensing education. That's comprised of 3 30-hour courses in North Carolina. Post-licensing 301, which is broker relationships and responsibilities. Post-licensing 302, which is contracts and closings. And post-licensing 303, which is NC laws and legal concepts. We teach those too. Also linked below. Now, after you complete all of your post-licensing courses in North Carolina, you move from a provisional broker to a full broker. Now, a full broker in North Carolina can operate independently, but it's not something I would consider. It takes some time to learn the skills you need to be a successful real estate broker, and it's always advisable to learn those skills under the supervision of a seasoned and experienced broker in charge. Also, aside from that, a broker who can operate independently but is not a broker in charge doesn't have the ability to advertise, which kind of limits your ability to be a successful real estate broker. Well, I'll make another video about that in great detail down the road, but just keep that in mind. At that point, you've got everything you need, you've got all the resources, and of course there is continuing education. In North Carolina, continuing education is required after your first license renewal, prior to your second license renewal. So you get a little bit of time after you get your license. If you have any questions about getting a license in North Carolina, don't hesitate to reach out. And if you're in another state, do a little searching, and I'm sure you'll find the information you need. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.